What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your man Jay Small, and today I'm going to be telling you guys all about last week, the busy, what's been going on, what's new, and what's happening in the yak world, right? First things first, though, I didn't post last week because we are on standby, y'all. Baby is coming any day now, so I'm just staying close to home. Venturing out for these quick stops at the local pond or go hit my local lake real fast for a couple hours. That's pretty much all I'm doing right now until the new edition gets here. So we're just waiting on the new edition, and then we get back to hardcore fishing. You know what I'm talking about? Of course, after a few weeks. But today, we're going to be talking about fishing stained water. But before we get into fishing this stained water, I'm going to tell you guys about this past week that I didn't post last week, right? So, first day, I come out to the local pond and I get to fishing a little bit. Yes, indeedy, guys and dudes, I only caught 2. It was a tough bite out that day, pretty rough weather, and pretty windy, and very cold. So I fished it. It was tough fishing. Pulled on 2, and man, that was fun. So then, the following day, I went out, met up with a group of guys called the River Runners. Yes, guys, I am a new member of the River Runners Kayak Bass Club. I don't know how to feel about it just yet. I never been in a bass club. This is going to be my first go-round, my first run in this environment. Probably get into a tournament coming up next month, and I just want to see how it feels, what it's like to fish that tournament style fishing, and really get a handle and an idea about that environment and what it takes to fish tournaments, guys. So shout out to the River Runners Kayak Bass Club out there, guys. Also, if you didn't see already, we got the yak merch, guys. You see the hat. Oh yeah, look at that. Man, this thing is not only stylish, right? It really keeps your head warm when you're out here in the cooler weather. I was surprised, but it holds heat pretty good. Now, you can order you some yak merch. It doesn't have to be this hat. You can order any color hat. I got a buddy, he's ordering a couple red ones, a black one, and different designs. He likes the lizard. I like the jig. You can get your shirts. You can get your aprons, your coffee mugs, your book bags, duffel bags, even a baby shirt. A maternity shirt. You can get everything you want. Just go on, check out the link, the Fishbone, the official Yak Nasty merch shop. So, let me tell you guys about last week going to a local pond, meeting up with some of the members of the River Runners Bass Club, right? So we go out there, and man, my buddy Doc goes down hard. Man, he went down. Yes, took on water, man down, right? And this is at the boat ramp. Thank God for that. We're right at the boat ramp, and he's just getting adjusted to his new kayak. Now, all ended well. Doc got on the water and was off. Wet and all, he did not care. He just went for the gusto and did that, right? So, shout outs to Doc for pushing and then pushing through the adversity and learning curve to get out on that water on his new kayak, right? So we get out there, and guys, tough fishing. I was out there for a few hours, didn't get a bite. Not one bite. Man, it was hard. It was hard fishing, guys. But I did enjoy being on this new body of water and learning some things about it. Now, it wasn't just tough for me, so I don't feel bad. It was tough for all the guys out there on the water. A couple guys, they were out there a little longer. They caught some later on. But I did not get one bite. Totally skunked out that day. Not the best first impression that I wanted to make, but hey, that's fishing, right? We can't always just put on a huge one at will. Or can we? Right? So, that was a total skunk day, right? Which is cool. I was on a couple fish the day before, so I wasn't really mad about not catching. I was really just enjoying the camaraderie, all us guys out on the water. It was 6 guys in total out on kayaks on the small body of water and aiming to catch some monsters, right? You know, that's what it's all about. But I skunked out, right? So I didn't go back out because I've been on standby because little new edition is on the way and I can't wait to see her when she gets here, right? I gotta stay close. So that was my one day last week to really put some hours in on the water. And I had a great time, man, and awesome meeting all you guys once again. I hope this continues. Not sure how bass clubs work or anything like that, but you know, I hope to see these guys all the time, man. They live right here in my local area, and hey, man, we all love fishing, so I could see us getting back up together. All right, now after all of that good stuff, we come to today. Today, we're gonna fish right after the storm, right? So it's post-storm, post-frontal conditions, however you want to say it, but we got stained water. Right now, the wind is kicking a little bit, and it's gonna kick up more as the day progresses. So I'm only gonna be out here for an hour or two just to experiment to see what baits work in this stained water in these messy conditions. Now, I'm gonna start off walking the bank. I don't know if I'm gonna get on the kayak today, but it's a possibility. Yeah, it's a coin toss, right? So we're gonna see what we can do. I'm gonna throw a chatterbait in there, maybe some swim baits. We're just gonna mix it up and we're gonna see what works in the stained water, guys. Stick around, stay tuned, and hit that like, hit subscribe. Tell me what you think. I love it. Comment down below. And don't forget, check out the Fishbone Yak merch. You're gonna need that, guys. You're gonna need it. Let's get to it.
Since the wind is really, really crazy, it gets really loud, I'm going to go ahead and do a voiceover on this one. So, first spot. So the first spot here on this corner, right here, I'm getting situated. First cast in, making sure the cameras are working and everything. And I swore I seen a light blinking on my chesty. But going into these first casts, I seen a few blow ups where I'm casting at right here when I pulled up. So I figured they could still be in this area. But early on, I realized that this water is way more stained than I expected it to be. This spot proved to be dead, so I move on to spot number 2. And in here,
I was out on that kayak right now. Definitely throwing a jig
I
of
spoke
tight
about
cover.
having the kayak and just I would throw a jig most likely at those root beds of those trees surrounding this raised water, because this water has risen about a foot to 2 feet. So I'm looking out in front of me, and as I point over there, that's exactly what I'm talking about, is throwing this Zoom Super Fluke right under in those root beds. So we're looking at close to 60-degree weather, chocolate milk, and the first thought I have is, man, I wish I was on the kayak, because I most definitely would throw under that cover up close, because I know that's where the fish are. So here I checked the zoom, make sure it looked good, that I could see it in that shallow area, and I did. So I was throwing toward those tree roots to see if anything from this angle could be caught, or if I can get something to bite underneath those roots. So as I'm standing here, I'm looking. So I cast over there. That old whirly cast of the day there. That's what I want to call that. The cast of the day. So I heard something behind me. So I counted them as blow ups. I thought in my mind they were blow ups. So yes, it looked like the same cast. Every single cast I touched that branch. And still got that bait out there without throwing a backlash in the wind. So I throw a good amount of cast in the water. I'm just fanning it around. And so I finally get tired of that spot. Like, man, I just can't catch one at this moment, realizing how stained it is. So I go to that mouth opening of the drain off over there, and there's a point, there's a black drain pipe, some structure to throw towards, and get it out there where it's a little deeper and it comes on into shallow water where I can normally catch them off the ledge, but with no luck at all in that spot. So I keep it moving, but then I look down in here, and that looks like a juicy spot right there. I did try it. I gave it one cast in. It was just rough.
Man, gonna make me get the yak out, guys? Well, guys, so far, 0 bites. We've been here about 15, 20 minutes or so. And it's already got me thinking about pulling the kayak out. But I don't know if I want to pull it out just for an hour. So crazy. But this stained water has presented a challenge. So, like all challenges, we accept.
So, right after that
Let's
update,
go get them.
I find a bunch of trash in one spot. Oh my goodness, it's just ridiculous how some people do when they find a new fishing spot. They just tear it up. But I get to this middle spot, and I know the water's deeper. It's out in the deep, so I keep on throwing. I started off with a chatterbait on the black and yellow Skeet Reese rod. That's that jig and worm rod by Skeet Reese. And
on a day like today, I just tied the spinner on, and we're gonna do just a simple polymer.
yeah, so after throwing chatterbait and that Zoom Super Fluke, I figured I'll throw something on with a little shine this time here. So we go with this Booyah spinner, and that is the 1/4 ounce spinner. And it's got the gold blades and painted on one side, yellow and orange, and a little bit of black. So I went with that bright color, and wanted to see what would happen. Dirty water, stained water, you normally want to go with that gold, some chartreuse, something with some flash. So this particular spinner has a good array of bright colors. So I toss it a few times, but fighting in that wind, she gets a little bit of distance in the cast, but just not the distance I need, because I really feel at this point that the fish were out further toward the deeper part of this pond. So you see me pick up this chatterbait again. Yeah, so I picked this chatterbait up. I looked at it in the water in the little shallows just to make sure I can see it. And I felt that I could see the bait. Now that's going to be something that comes up a little bit later in the video. So I move on from that spot, and I come down to the very end of this pond, pretty much where the wind is blowing into.
I don't think they can see any of my baits. This chocolate milk is really chocolatey. This color, I believe, disappears. Man, guys, really, really tough bite out here. Just rough. My chesty, I thought was recording. I don't think it was now. But a really, really tough bite today in this chocolate milk, and it's super windy. So I'm trying spinner baits with the gold. I'm trying every color I can think of. I got chartreuse, so I'm gonna try as much as I can and see if we can put a bite on in these tough conditions to see if anything works. Or are these fish just shut down? Post-storm, chocolate milk, windy conditions. See what happens. Good. So we're gonna try this little thing here. Yeah, might have to go bigger. So, I had to go bigger just in case. Yeah, just tested out this jig, man, and it disappeared in 6 inches of water. So it is super stained to the point where green pumpkin is not even showing up after 6 inches to a foot of water. So let's try some darker colors here. Brighter colors. Let's go with a little reds. I'm gonna throw a lipless on this one. I hope you guys can hear me. It is pretty windy. The wind is picking up. Supposed to get wind gusts up to 35 miles an hour today. So it's gonna be a little rough one. So we're gonna throw on this here 2-tap. Hopefully not lose it in a tree in this wind.
So at this point, as you've heard, I realized that they're not seeing the baits that are in this water because I am losing that jig at 6 inches. I checked out a couple other baits in between those clips though, and you just can't see them as well as I thought maybe you could. So right now I am throwing the 2-tap red eye shad by Strike King. And I give it a couple good casts down here, a good amount of casts. There we go. So after those first few casts, check out this right here.
Man. All right, guys. Dang it. You guys might have missed it, but I got one off the lipless red 2-tap. You see it. Yeah, y'all. Tap, tap. That was a straight retrieve back and some pops, and I got it sitting up closer in the shallow water. Let's get this guy off here. Woo! Man, that was a struggle. Little guy, not too bad. Almost a keeper size. Off this here 2-tap. This thing is getting it in the muddy water. All right. Woo! So let's see. Let's see if we can duplicate that and put at least 1 or 2 more on in the muddy water. Now that we caught one on something, now we can see if that's a pattern. All right, guys? Hold on. I hope you guys can see me. All right, guys. That's my time. I'm out of here. Really, really tough bite in the chocolate milk conditions, guys. Really, really tough. I hope you guys can hear me. But we did manage to pull one in off the red colored 2-tap, red and copper. And that's a red eye shad, by the way. And yeah, man, if it wasn't for that one, I might not have caught none. But we tried every color. We tried everything that we could try in this little bit of time that we had. And man, the bite surely is tough in the chocolate milk. But guys, I want to thank you for watching. Check out the yak merch. You see the hat, guys. It's hotness. Let me turn this back around. Hold on. There we go. Boom. Check out the yak merch, guys. Check it out. So go ahead and get you one of these. Get you a shirt, get you a hoodie, especially in these conditions. I think I should have put the hoodie on, right? Check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like, hit subscribe. Thanks for checking out the channel. Go ahead, guys, leave a comment. Tell me what bait you would use in this chocolate milk. And at the same time, tight lines and all that good stuff everybody says. Peace.